Hi, John here again with VoWac Publishing. Another idea for kindergartners and learning sight words. I use poker chips, and I use the nicer ones I just found at a second-hand store, and you can get these. If they're dirty, put them in a mesh bag, put them in your dishwasher, they clean up really nice. And what I did is I used dots, and I bought dots in the sheet, the big 8.5 by 11 sheet, and then I made my template, and I typed in Fry's list of most frequently used words, and I crossed that over with the Dolch list, and I just basically typed them out on there, printed them, and put them on my poker chips. Okay, they look like this. I don't know if you can see them really clearly, just so that kids can have something to manipulate and see. So you take these chips, I've got red and white ones in this particular group, and you put them in your bag. And so the idea is to play a little game of tic-tac-toe. Pretty simple stuff. And so you decide who goes first. And again, I'm doing this as one person. It would be nice to round up some kids, but COVID-19 has hid all of my children that I use on this. So the first person draws theirs, and they decide what color they're going to be. In this case, I'm first, and I'm going to be the white chip. And I have to read both sides in order to place my chip on the playing piece, on the playing board. Her and would. And so I'm going to put it there. Now, the second player obviously is the other color, the red color. So they grab a chip, and they happen to grab a red chip. And he says each or can. He's going to put his chip there. Now it's the white chip's turn, and let's just say he draws this chip. He still has to read this if he wants another turn. Were and said. Now this chip does not go back in the bag. It goes off to the side and not on the board. So it eliminates that chip from the other player, eliminates it from him getting it. So it reduces the number of red chips. So if he says way, and if he misreads it and says don't know what the word is, it's actually people, but if he doesn't know what it is, his turn is done. That chip goes back in the bag. Now it's the red chip's turn, and he draws his chip, and he says who and could. And he puts it there. He's almost got a win. The white chip draws number and go, and he puts it here for the block. And I'm going to do this random, see if we can do this. Oh, and it did. I got a red one. Down and get. You see what's happening. I have to rely on the red one to make a mistake. Here's the white one. With and they. It stays out. Still the white chip's turn. Will and up. And he puts it in the middle for the block. Now it's the red chip's turn, and he draws a red chip. Two is, he completes his line for the tic-tac-toe, and he wins the game. So the chips can go back in the box or back in the bag. And you can add chips, you can change the words, you can do whatever you want to do to make this more complex or whatever. But that's one game that you could play with this. Another game that you could play with this is, and you played Connect 4, and you could do the same thing. You need about 6 lines to do this. Okay. And it works better if you have a sheet of paper maybe, but. And so they do the same thing, trying to get 3 in a row, 4 in a row, however you want to play the game. So if the red player's turn, it says be and at, and he puts it there. And then it's the white player's turn, and he draws his card or his thing, and the. And since he's the white chip, he throws that off to the side and it takes it away from the other player. Time, has, and so on. And they read these with the idea that they're going to be putting chips on their board. And so if he reads 4 and R, he's made the block. And then here's the white one, like, and so on, until you get 3 in a row, 4 in a row. However the game is going to work for you, but basically it's the same concept as Connect 4, except you're just using the chips and reading sight words. And so that's just another, again, a manipulative game that kindergartners can use to practice reading their sight words. You can do this in first grade too, I suppose, if they need work with their sight words or vocabulary words or whatever you want to put on your chips. Thanks, and we'll see you next time for another game.